Good afternoon, family and friends. Well, it's a rainy day here in Sargent OCDville. I did get some supplies in. If you're going to get bank line, make sure it's number 36. Okay, I get the quarter pound. It seems to work fine. And then if you buy 550 cord, make sure it's true 554 type 3 paracord. I ordered 200 feet of it, and this is going to complete my pack. The only other thing I need to do with my other paracord is do a ridge line, a quick ridge line. I may do that today or tomorrow, but that's not what today's about. So I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side. The audio filtering that I'm doing, it filters out a lot of the noise. You still get the trucks and the cars with the cans on the mufflers, but that's what I call a car that you make sound like a rice rocket. Anyway, but I'm going to take this pipe. I'm going to cut it to length for my axes. Actually, my axe and hatchet. Probably going to tape this up because I don't want this sticking to my axe or my hatchet. So one of the things that I added that I didn't really mention what it's actually for, I added the bag on the side of my LBE, and this is more like a haversack, man. I mean, I got my tape in there, I got my paracord in here, what's left. That was a 200-foot roll, and then my bank line is in here, and I keep my new knife in there. So I mean, I can run with that. It'd be a little difficult for me. Got my saw in here. It'd be a little difficult for me to run with that because I'm spoiled with my other stuff. But that's one good thing. And I didn't show you this. It's got a strap that'll wrap right around you. So it's kind of like a half shoulder bag, but it goes over your chest. So I got that going for me, which is nice. So what the idea is I'm going to measure this off and cut a little bit extra, like an inch over, and split it down the middle. So I'm going to use the heat gun and coat hanger, put it in my vise, and I'm going to heat this up, and hopefully the coat hanger will split this off. Then I'm going to keep heating this until I can get it the corners more straight, put a crease down the back, and crease it to my hatchet. So that's why I want to put tape on here. Not that I care about if I get PVC on here, but I don't want to. So that's where the hatchet's going to sit, and I'm just going to finish it off with some duct tape. It's a quick, easy way. This is a spare piece of PVC. So let me get set up and reposition this camera so we can do that. I'm finally putting my shop back together the way it was. Well, not the way it was, but the way I need it now, because it was a weight room for throughout COVID for my grandson, who's a bodybuilder. So I gave up my shop for him, and now I'm trying to get it all back now. In the spirit of using what you have and not going out and buy more, I'm pretty OCD about using a black Sharpie, but I had these with my mom's stuff, and she had a whole box of red Sharpies. Why she needs that or needed that, I have no idea, but if you knew my mother, she had to have everything her way. So I'm just gonna chop those up. I mean, I could use my saw, but I've got my chop saw in here and it's kind of noisy, so I'll be back. So I don't even have the heat on, and I got bugs in here, and I found a little Mr. Jingles mouse. He's in my trash can, and I got one of them high kitchen trash cans in here, and he can't get out. So anyway, I'm gonna stick this in the vise, and hopefully I'll be able to just pull that coat hanger all the way through it. Let me get us up for that. So here we go. Before I just bent this hanger so it'll come up through there. Before I get too far with this, I do want to tape up my axe and my hatchet. You know, until I can get the proper axe and hatchet, these are going to have to do. And if the shift happens, before I do, then these are just going to have to do. I mean, now, as Christians, we know that God's not going to put us through anything that we can't handle. So we, when the tribulation happens, we don't plan on being here. If we are, and we're wrong, we've led a great life. I mean, it's so awesome being a Christian. And I'll give you an example. Yesterday, we woke up to our dog having a cloudy eye, and he looked like he was blind. He wasn't acting it. I didn't really think he was blind. But what I did, what every good Christian man would do, my dog is part of my family. And most people, the dog is part of the family. Animals are, including hamsters. So, I prayed last night. God cleared his eye up. And lo and behold, when I saw that dog this morning, his eyes cleared up. So I've got safety glasses on, should wear gloves, since you are messing with heat and metal. These are going to heat up. So I've never done this before, so we're gonna see how this works. I could cut this, but it's not as fun as heating up PVC and moving it that way. Okay, it's getting pliable. I just need to get it a little tighter in there. I might have to hold this a different way. Alright, so this is going to work. I just need to hold the PVC in there a different way. Maybe get a threaded rod or something like that. Stand by. So what I have is an old screwdriver. I'm to the point now where I don't really remember whose is whose. I've got my brother's tools from when he passed back in '99, and I got my father's tools when he passed in 2002. So these are all the misfit tools because I've got full set in my shed where my motorcycle is kept. Full set of Craftsman. This is cool. I was wondering how I was going to bend it. Keep going, buddy. You're doing great. I think I'm going to use that hook to my advantage. Didn't plan on that. But my point is, with a lot of this stuff, we're smart people. We don't use all of our brain anyway. So some of the things that I've seen people do on YouTube is a bit extreme. Like, I mean, I love watching people make stoves because that's what I'm trying to do right now. But I don't have a welding system. I mean, I have welded before. I know how to weld. Am I good at it? Don't think so. Can I do it? Yes. So, there we go. Look at that. Now, all I got to do is form it to this. Is this a short one? Yeah, it's a short one. Oh no, Fred, you burned it. Who cares? Alright. This is easier than I thought it would be. So I'm just going to go on this side and try to form it here. I might have to put the strong hand glove on. What's that movie clue? Strong hand. Can't remember the guy's name, but he had this little hand and he was stirring the mashed potatoes and everybody was hungry and he was grossing everybody out, including me. Anyway. But I saw somebody do this. They didn't do it they didn't do it this way. They actually put it out flat and then bent it flat. But I don't see any reason that I need to do that. Let's do this. You know, I do want to buy leather kits, but I can't afford them right now. So this is what I have, and this is going to work for me. You know, I've already spent a little bit of money on this hobby of mine, which could turn into reality at any day now. Russia now is using Iraq's suicide drones. So they went into they're targeting civilians in Kiev and other places, and what a coward. It's a very cowardice thing to do. Now the idea, once I get this formed a little bit, is to get this to close up and stick without hurting myself. So I think we're going to have to go in to get some clamps or some vice grips. So I will be back after I figure this one out. I've got some of these clips because, you know, everything for an office I have. These happen to be my mother's, but look at my PVC. It hardened up. So I'm going to have to heat it again. And I want to put clips on the sides and right here on the bottom as you look at it. So yeah, I've been trying to put all these tools into a kit because I just have way too many. I mean, I had tools from my jobs. I wouldn't take my good tools out to play, you know, with my jobs. So it's an interesting situation I'm in, but I'm really thankful when I find a tool that my dad had that I could put to use for my brother. You know, that I don't have to go out and buy that certain tool. Because, you know how tools are expensive. I was thinking about trying this over the fire, but I'm glad I didn't. It had taken me an hour to get a fire going. I'm actually going to go grab some wood and try to start a fire in here a little bit in my stove. Still tweaking that thing. But I'd rather do this stuff now than when it's really, really cold. It's like 60 today or something. Crappy and rainy. Oh, come on, dude. You don't have it right. Guess that's the way it's going to be, Mr. OCD. Yeah, I used to have shop clamps, but they got donated to this cause or that cause, you know. I disbanded my wood shop once because I just don't have it in me anymore. Finally parted with my brother's table saw after his death 20 years later. So there we go. I don't know how hot that is. Okay, good, perfect. So, I just got to heat these up and not do something dumb like touch the clamps. Put this on. I want to try to push this close to the blade as possible. Yeah, I didn't need to tape it. It's not sticking at all. Now the good thing about using PVC is I could poke holes in it, put strings through it or cordage through it, and adjust that cordage for my my axe or my hatchet. I still have my drill press, so it's not the best thing, but it works. So I think what I need to do with this guy, move it over. I just said don't touch that. Anyway. So you could make this flat and put it in between two pieces of wood. And you'll do the same thing. And this, it may be better that way because I'm getting a little bow right here. But it is heating up a little bit. Close that guy off, close that corner off, close this corner off. But just, you know, look around your house, see what you have. I mean, I didn't have to go out buying anything for this. Not like I did for other things. They're hot. So that's gonna, I'm gonna let that thing just cool down. Poke some holes in it. Duct tape it. And we're gonna have ourselves a sheath. Because the sharper I'm getting these things, and I will get these things sharp enough to shave eventually. It's just right now I don't have the patience, and I don't have the equipment. I want to get a Japanese stone, and I want to get a stropping pad. Yeah, that's a little warm. I don't have a lot of feeling in my fingers, but I have enough. Alright, so I'm going to have to probably work on this. This is stuck pretty well, but I'm going to have to go ahead and work on this a little bit more. Get this thing the way I'm happy with it. That one's still hot. These are still hot. Alright, I'm going to go put these back on. And hopefully close these up a little bit more. Alright, God bless you. Oh, that's bending like that. Yeah, anyway, stoves. I'm going to have to make another one because I'm going to make a teepee tent. The idea is I want to keep it all together, be able to put it inside the stove. So I'm going to have to cut the teepee down to the exact size. I know how to do it, it's just a matter of me doing it, and I got to let that cool. So do that. Get a I've got some propane tanks that I've just gotta make it happen, and that would be awesome to like put that on a sled and go winter camping. Alright, I'm gonna do a little trimming right here. This came with a pallet of stuff, free. Somebody was cutting bands with it and left it on there. Not very smart, but oh yeah, that's setting up nice. See, this side's a little bubbled, this side isn't. It's nice and flat. I don't know how I accidentally did that, but let's see. These are sticking to the PVC too. Yeah, it's still a little pliable. And that corner is going up a little bit. This just didn't straighten out. It's not straight like I want it. It's okay. This didn't happen either. Okay, I think I'm gonna just have to shoot it down there. But anyway, the skills that you learn, little things like this, will help you in a community. Because, you know, I talk about going covert and being by myself, but in all reality, humans can't live by themselves. You have to have some human thing. And I'm an introvert, and I'd rather be alone because partially because I don't trust people. The other part is most of it's because of trust. I don't have the same things people like. I mean, I'm a nerd, and people like me because I can fix things, you know. But my personality is I mean, I've got OCD and PTSD, and what a great combination that is, right? Okay. this is going to be nice. I think I'm going to have a little hang up right there. You can look right here. I need to heat that up and move that out because it's sticking on this side of the axe, the hatchet. Alright. Let me heat that up. Put that in here like this, like so. Problem with that now is now that this spread apart, so I got to have that happy medium, right? I don't want to mess up my new knife. That's not worth the sacrifice. Yeah, I do like that Mora knife. I haven't had a chance to use it as much as I want to, but from what I have used, it's a good knife. Swedish made. I think it's 1080 steel, or I got too many numbers in my head already from my previous career field. Yeah, Sweden. It's nice. Very nice. Already got it scratched up and so I'm going to leave this like this for a little bit because it's trying to form back to the way it was, and when it dries it'll be I'm going to heat this up some more because it's just not quite stuck. This side's wonderful. So, getting back to what you could do for the community. So one of the first things I learned how to do is garden, because I grew up, you know, on military bases, and I didn't have a garden, didn't know anything about it. I still don't know everything about it because even since I've been foraging and talking to people about that, I'm learning more about other crops that I grow all the time. So it's like I got the feeling back in my fingers. It's gonna be all right. You know what? Let it dry like that. So yeah, I'm gonna let this go ahead and dry, or cool down. I mean, if I wanted to, I could trim these off, but I don't really think there's a need. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just little things like that would make it catch, you know. I'm an old electronics guy, so these diagonal cutters, as I have to call them nowadays, is the other word we used all our lives, is offensive now, just like everything else. This whole world is just backwards anymore. Anywho. So, the other thing with the cordage and bank line is tape. So I have a full roll of duct tape in my go bag. 200 feet of cordage, and I don't remember how much bank line that was, but yeah. which need, just for aesthetics, I'm going to put some across the top here. Come on. Oh gosh. I hate when this tape does this. Not sure why, but my hands aren't as strong as they used to be. Still in the best shape of my life, so I had a guy come up to my house the other day, drove up, backed up to my trailer. I came out with an axe handle with a knife on the end of it. Almost skewered him. I'll be glad when that Jeep is gone. Ah, speaking of Jeep, MVA, man, what a Maryland Vehicle Administration for you people not in Maryland. I tell you what, went there once, they said, oh, you got to use the kiosk. I could have used the kiosk at home, but I needed to, for some reason, when my Jeep got totaled and I got a salvage title because I bought it back and fixed it up, the Chrysler Financial decided to put a lien holder on it. Not a lien, but just a lien holder. So anyway, that prohibited me from selling it to anybody after I fixed it up. So I finally went. So I came back, I went to the kiosk, then I went and stood in line. They said, oh, you have to make an appointment. And I'm like, geez, MVA strikes again. They were getting better. I made an appointment today, went and saw them, and I get my title in 2 weeks. Just like that. And it didn't cost me anything, which was even more of a blessing. So anyway, I'm ready to drill some holes into it. All right, so I taped it up, drilled a couple of holes into it. That's what the inside looks like. Holes. Fits right on. So what we do here is, I know I have another lighter. Put some cordage through. It fits. It's going. I got that little nub on there from burning it off. Just trying. Well, another reason you carry forceps with you. Forceps. Good for fish hooks. Good for sutures. Which I do have some suture needles. And I don't know. Yesterday, I called them. The other day I called them syringes, and I'm like, what am I talking about? And then I called yesterday the gap between the two tarps. I called them the two mattresses. I don't know what's going on in my brain, but I am 55, so I'm just gonna say I'm senile and losing it. Everybody thinks I'm already crazy, so. There. Basically, I just made my knot too big, so it won't go through the hole. I can pull on it all I want. All right. So Maybe pull it down like that, and then burn some of this off. Just had that lighter in my hand. So, like I said, this is the way I cut. See the white in there? 7 strands. All right. Already dried. So that's around there like that, but I got to be able to pull it up. I should be on the other side. So it should go over like this, but it needs to come out a little. So let's try there. Let's try there, buddy. I'm just going to come around with a knot this way. I'm not that good to tie that, cinch that knot in there. And yes, I'm using a half hitch. 2 of them, in fact. So the idea is to have it over like this. Thinking if I use the half hitch correctly, when I am traveling, I could pull this tight. I need a different knot for that, but it's not going to come off. But you want it tight on there like that. I don't know. Let me work on the knot. That's not right. That is not right. So, think Fred, think. See, these are the same things you're going to struggle with. What knot should I tie? And then, like, when I'm out there, see, that's the only smart knot, is to tie it around like that, which is 2 half hitches. We're fine. So that stays on, comes off, on there like that. Oh no, it's upside down. Hey, it still works upside down. You can even put that under there like that. So, you get the gist. I'm going to conclude this video with a win. Just family, any spare time that you have that you can come out and put this in a bag, put that in a bag, make this for this. This is for my own safety because these things are getting sharper and sharper, and I don't want to cut my hand off. But just if you wondering how to do something or what to do with something, let me know. I got people at work, I got people at my men's group, and saying, hey, do this. Like, you know, my buddy John, he came to men's group yesterday with an awesome Gerber multi-tool. I mean, it's got a saw blade, 2 different saw blades, regular blade he kept sharp, and pliers, can opener. I mean, it's an awesome tool. And he came with a sharpener. So he wants me to put a lid on that top of that stove so I can actually set a cook something on there, so I got to figure something out for that for him. But anyway, keep training. Love you guys. God bless.